don't think there is mindset without discipline.
Just telling yourself, focus on the right things, do the right things, don't get stuck on this treadmill.
Right. Like if you tell yourself you're going to wake up every morning and go to the gym, like that's what I told myself I'd do. Get up and do it. Most of the time I don't want to go. Most of the time I don't want to be up.
And that's what people don't understand when they see people who are highly motivated, high performers. They think that it's easy, right? That they just have this mind. And there's certain people,
it
it's
must be
easier
nice
than
being a morning
others.
person. It's
correct.
like,
but like, it's not easy for them. They're just making a decision to do it. It's not any easier for them than it sometimes for other people, it's even more difficult, but they have the discipline to be able to maintain that. And to be able to sustain that is, I think, the ultimate differentiator, where you can have the discipline to do it for a short amount of time, but to maintain that over months, over years, once you get off of that pink cloud, right, where the diet you don't have that physical, chemical, emotional high anymore. To maintain the diet after that is tough. If you decide to stop drinking, once you come down off of the high of feeling better and having people support you and having a network of people standing behind you, once the rose is off the bloom and that high goes away, I think maintaining, sustaining is the most impressive aspect of that.
Yeah, and I think with that, it trickles into everything else. So that's what everyone says. It's like if you can discipline yourself to do the same thing every day and start your day off the same way, where it's in a positive way, that just trickles down into everything else. All your work, and I believe it. I mean, that was the one thing I said I would just do every single morning. I wake up and start my day like that, and there's days I choose not to. And usually I offset that. I go and instead of going to the gym, I go right to the office and I get an extra 3 hours worth of work in, because it's just like good for my mind and good really for the business. But ultimately it's still the same routine. But the days I do work out and go to the gym, I feel better.
There's days where I'll spend time in the office and it is a very similar feeling to going and working out or getting a solid day of work in, where you've been putting it off, you don't want to do it, and you bang out so much that you just feel so accomplished. And I'm like, damn, I'm on top of the world right now. And then the next day shit starts all over again. But that's a difficult feeling to touch, where you're just like, yo, I got done so much shit today.
And I think, I mean, I work really well off a list. So I try to put together a to-do list. Yesterday, I felt like I got so much shit done. I came and I went back at my list and I was like, oh, I got one. but at least it was like a big thing. Like, And we were considering not finishing it yesterday. I was like, no, we're finishing this.
See, dude, that's why I keep a list when I'm closing jobs out. And obviously it's just me and one or two people, so it's much easier. But as I'm going through a job, in my notes folder, every single outstanding thing that I see, as soon as I see it, even if it's like I'm missing a Cortex plug on the second riser, it goes in my phone. Because like as you're closing the job out and you're looking for things for people to do, it's so satisfying to just do all that. But if I didn't, and I was just at the end of the job stressed about closing it out, and I didn't know all the things that I needed to do, those would just be looming in the back of my head, where don't forget this, don't forget that. And it just seems insurmountable. But like closing off that literal punch list of just little bullshit, which typically is the worst ever, is so satisfying at the end of a job. And I think that's where most people struggle.
Yeah, I'm picturing you in like the back of your van, finding like an extra Cortex plug, like, dude, I can go and knock this off.
Dude, it is. It's like it's like even I just did a deck for my buddy, and it like one of the things is erase the pencil marks on the whole deck from marks and cuttings. It's just little stuff like that, where it's like a list of everything that you need to do, and it could be a running list, and just check that off. It is so satisfying to me, but it's something that I feel you put off for so long. So you're like, I don't want to do it, but that the sense of accomplishment that you get from that can be second to none. How do you lean on others, whether it's family, business partners, peers, to maintain perspective and that positive mindset in your life and business?
I don't do this well.
Yeah.
Tyler's like, yeah, I wasn't expecting you to answer that.
I'll check in on you from time to time.
Um, I usually you're asking me how. I think usually it's me physically or it's me like actively going out and seeking a conversation that might be that I might want to have or hear how someone dealt with something.
Do you have certain people that you know you're going to get an answer a certain way that you'll seek out for that answer?
I know how you're going to answer me, so when I want some truth, I
Yeah.
usually ask you.
I like for my wife, right? When I'm stressing about something, I know that I can go to Rachel and she'd be like, "Oh, I wouldn't worry about that at all." So there's times where I like
Yeah.
want that affirmation, but then there's times that that affirmation pisses me off where
Yeah,
I'm like,
see,
"I friggin' knew you were going to say that."
Meg's the complete opposite. Like she'll be. I mean, we chatted about this recently, and I was like, I had a very stressful day, and I think I had like I just we have decided like it's better that I just run the business, and like she trusts me, like so just do it. But when I bring it to her, like that's not a good dynamic
Yep.
for our relationship
Yeah.
because it stresses her out, and usually she reverts back to like I told you not to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not what I need right now. Like, I need you
Thanks.
to tell me that, like, you got this, babe. Like, you're gonna do great. Like, you're like, I'm here for you. Not, you shouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ah, fuck. And I was sharing this with a friend of mine yesterday, and he was like, dude, call me. I'm like, I appreciate that. I'm not calling you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it's just, I deal with it the way I deal with it, and very few times do I need to actually talk something out. And usually, at least for me, like usually it's not even that I need to talk it out. It's usually I just need to say it out loud.
Yeah.
Like, hey, just hear this for a second.
I just want to internalize all of it and just punish myself for the next 48 to 72 hours.
Yeah, and that's usually when I get hurt at the gym. Like I'm like, fuck it, I'll put another plate on, and like and I come home from work, and she's like, did you hurt yourself at the gym this morning?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. She goes, you're an idiot. I'm like,
There,
oh, I know.
there's times in life where I'm getting nearing having the problem licked, and I'm just back and forth where 1 second, oh yeah, I'm good with this, I'm fine with this, it's fine,
Mhm.
and then 15 minutes later I'm like, nah, I'm ripping all this shit out, and then 10 minutes later I'm like, no, this is good, like this is it doesn't have to just do with work, but that's part of my process as I'm moving forward, where I'm either rationalizing or justifying or telling myself that I'm okay with it. But I think that it would probably be better to lean on other people more than I do. I mean, I think I'm an introvert at heart, so typically I'm not going to other people. I've tried talk therapy in the past, and it's generally not something that I found useful, because I think that I do better with accepting it holistically if I
Mhm.
internalize it, but it's not an easy or quick or efficient process.
I think my frustration when you think about things like therapy is it's usually like a two-sided thing or three sides, right? Like the therapist and the two people that are dealing with the issue. And ultimately the result of that is each person walks away realizing how to deal with the situation. And for me, I am very good at accepting, at least I think that, hey, I'm doing something wrong, and I could take a better approach to this. Or I could think about this differently, or I'm just like solution oriented.
Yeah.
And oftentimes, like, I'm thinking about a marriage, like, oftentimes like one person is solution oriented and the other is not, where it's like the other person just deals with stress and anxiety differently. But ultimately, like, I want the result to be like we both realize that, hey, we should both do this thing, and that's just not the
Do you
case.
think that's accountability, or right where you are just more apt to hold
I
yourself accountable to
maybe,
what's
but
going on?
I'm sure like you flip the other way, she would feel the same way
I didn't know we were talking about a specific person.
Oh no, I was talking about
Hypothetically.
no, I was talking about marriage. Like, just
I know.
I think that's a good reference because like it's so similar to being in business and running a business. But I guess my point there is there's two people that are involved, and I think that we have expectations of one another, but the outcome is not that those expectations are met. Like opposing each other. It's instead like you've internally realized how to deal with the situation. It's like, hey, this is how I'm going to now deal with it. That doesn't necessarily match what the expectation is from the other party.
Part of that, and correct me if I'm wrong, is probably like for you, is just that through life and business, you've had such an experience that's been indicative of the sooner that I accept this, the sooner that I hold
Yeah.
myself accountable to this, the sooner I'm working towards a solution or getting to the solution. So you've just realized, like, let's skip all the bullshit in between and let's just say, okay, I'm wrong. This isn't right. Let's figure out how to make it right, which probably is a lot of the reason why you're that way personally as well, where it's like, but like, what's the point in pointing fingers? There's an issue. Either you're not happy with it, I'm not happy with it. If it's a project, you're a team, so everyone's in that same boat. If it's a marriage, you're a team, everyone in that same boat. So let's just be accountable for this and figure out how to move forward. Which
Yeah.
I think is important. I think it should be a balance, right? It shouldn't just always be like, I think that you also have an issue personally, professionally, but just saying this is all my fault. I'm gonna bear the weight of this, and I think that that's probably in order to move ahead as efficiently as possible from a time and an energy perspective. But at times, I do think that there's probably situations where you should dig your heels in and stick up for yourself a little bit more. But I understand why you don't. And that that's with not just a single situation, but it could be our relationship, podcast relationship, business relationship. Like, I've had conversations with you where I'm like, I would never let a client talk to me like that. And you're like, whatever, what am I going to do? But I understand why you do it. I think it comes down to a balance. I think that probably something in between you and in between me is ideal, which is usually the case in personal life and business as well.
Yeah.